Hello and welcome to Mirror Talk. We have moments where we just have to pause. Just pause and take a break and reflect on life. Remember, you are strong, you are enough, you are capable, you are blessed, and you are loved. Your moment of greatness starts now. First of all, happy birthday, Carson. Hope you enjoyed your day.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've had a good day so far.
Wow, that's amazing. Tell me, what did you do to celebrate your birthday?
Well, I started off by just waking up semi-late. I got some ice cream and pizza with some friends, and I just got home to do this podcast. I'm also vlogging all day today, and I uploaded a new YouTube video about Pride for the Trevor Project and Black Lives Matter to donate money to them. So I'm really excited for that.
Wow, that's really great. That's really amazing. You're doing a great job with donations. I saw like a link in your Twitter bio where you are asking people, encouraging people to make donations to different projects that you are concerned about. That's really impressive. Thanks for that. What do you do, especially in this period of self-isolation? What do you do to keep yourself alive and keep yourself motivated?
Well, for me personally, one thing that has been very, very helpful is having work to work on. Something that I believe it was a family member once said to me. They're like, there's a lot of ways that you can handle and cope with life, but probably one of the most positive ways of working through things is to focus on your work. And I didn't understand that until this last few years, just how much having work and something to wake up and go do every morning, how much that actually is good for your mental health.
Wow. That's good. So you mean keeping busy and keeping yourself occupied with creative things helps one during this period of self-isolation?
Playing with creative work too. I have a part-time job, but then I also do this blog, and I haven't made any financial gain from it, but emotionally and psychologically, this blog has helped me in so many different ways, just in terms of expressing myself and my confidence and my anxiety. It's been the most eye-opening experience of my life, and I'm currently working on monetization, but that's going to be a slow sort of burn for me because I have something called chromatophobia, which is the advanced fear of money. So banks and all that I literally walk out of the bank and I cry. All my friends can attest to this. They've seen this happen. It's
wow.
It seems what, but I'm not quite sure where that all came about, but working through it every day.
Wow. So what are you doing to work through this phobia? Is there any kind of things you do to ensure that you kind of cure it or kind of overcome it in some ways?
Exposure has been the biggest thing for me in that regard. Going to the bank on my own and doing the transactions. It's gotten to a point now though where today I literally just signed up for PayPal for the first time in my life.
Wow.
So I can actually do the donations for Black Lives Matter and Trevor Project. So, finding when and where to take the next step with that has just listening to myself and knowing, all right, I'm ready to do this. It's going to be scary, but I'm ready, rather than just jumping in full force when I'm not ready. Because I know at least for me personally, when I jumped into something when I wasn't ready, it backfired worse than I could have thought of anxiety wise. How your anxiety can kind of how do I describe this? When you're ruminating over something and you're this is the worst possibility.
Yeah.
And then there's actually a worse possibility than what you're ruminating about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that tends to happen a lot with me if I don't take a second and be am I 100% ready for this? And that's just that's taken years to kind of learn and grow and adapt to.
Yeah, dealing with these phobias and anxiety, I think it's a day-to-day journey, right? Or how do you do it to become better every day with the phobia and anxiety?
Yeah, it's definitely a day-by-day thing. At one point though, my anxiety was I would have 4 to 5 panic attacks a day. I was not really going anywhere or seeing anybody. now I'm not going anywhere and not seeing anyone for different reasons, but like in terms of my anxiety, I've had like way less of a hard time than I thought I would. If that makes any sense?
Yeah. Wow.
I think that's also due to therapy. Therapy's helped a lot.
Wow, and that's really good. I mean, yeah, it's good to have this therapy help. It helps to help you overcome a lot of baggages or burdens that you have on yourself.
I've done like a few different therapies, particularly a program that I did that I think everyone should be taught to do is dialectical behavioral therapy, or DBT.
Okay, what's that about?
It's seeing the duality in situations. So one aspect that I found super helpful in terms of my mentality towards things is removing "but" from your language. So instead of being like, I want to do this, but I can't because of this, instead be like, I want to do this and I can't because of this.
Wow. So I have to remove "but" from my vocabulary. Like I say, I want to do this and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Not I'm going to do something, but I don't know. I don't have the time for it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not trying to put any more limitations on yourself. It's accepting that I want to do this and I'm scared, or I want to do this and it may cause me a lot of pain. And I don't know why, but it was just that particular aspect of DBT.
Yeah.
Changed everything for me in terms of how I saw the world and how I interacted with people. And I don't know why. I think it was breaking down my own self-limiting beliefs.
Oh, wow. Thanks so much for sharing that with me. I mean, I just learned something new from you now. I should always avoid using the word "but." Oh, that's good. I watched a recent video of yours titled 3 Simple Things You Can Do to Improve Your Mental Health in Quarantine. And the video was really helpful and really touchful to me. It's on YouTube, and the first point you made mention of is making a schedule. Can you please enlighten us on this? How do you make an effective schedule, a schedule that you stick to and you work effectively with?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you enjoyed the video and found something good out of it. Like that's why I make those types of videos, and that kind of content is to help. One of the things that I've personally done for my own schedule is understanding like I can't expect too much out of myself every single day. So one thing that I've heard said a few times from various different psychologists is that you shouldn't have more than 7 things on your daily to-do list.
7 things. Wow. So how do you get these 7 things to put on your to-do list? Because as human beings, we have thousands of things we want to accomplish in a minute.
Yes, I think it's in terms of like prioritizing based off of timeliness and also what you're able to get done in like the time frame it would take for you to finish those things. So for example, for me, my schedule is loosely wake up, go to work, come home, do blog work, and then have like 2 hours to chill and hang out with my family or go on YouTube and then go to bed. But in that hours I'm doing the blog work, I could be working on editing a video, which would be one sole thing, because videos of mine sometimes take like 8 to 10 hours to edit. Yeah. Sometimes I'm writing a blog post and I can write and get like 4 of those done in a day. It really, it honestly just really depends on what you have to get done and how long it'll take you and when it'll fit best with you. Like if you're a writer, for example, and you write best in the evening, schedule some time in the evening to do some writing. If you're, obviously some of us have day jobs where we have to go out and actually have a job, so that's kind of set for us. But what can you do before your job? What can you do after your job? What time can you wake up in order to get everything you want to get done? It's the little things, and it's a pattern. And once you start continuously doing that pattern, it'll become like automatic to you.
Yeah. So you mean I should just keep my schedule list like as simple as possible and just have the most important things and make it realistic as possible?
Yes, I've had past issues with this. I've tried to do like so many different things all at once, and it all just went completely downhill so fast. And understanding where your priorities need to be in check with, like, is your priority going to be writing this thing or filming this video or getting this thing done? Like, it takes a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah. Wow. Self-reflection. It helps you in, creating an effective schedule for yourself. You know yourself and you know what you can achieve with the given amount of time you have in a day.
Yeah. We all know it. We all know our own selves better than anyone else. And it's about finding, all right, where is that inner voice? What's actually my inner voice and what's actually that voice telling me and leading me astray? Because you can tell there's a difference. The voice that's actually you is the one that's like a little softer and is like, hey, you really should get this done. Still like a motherly figure in that regard, but kind of also like, get your shit done. you know that voice inside of you.
Yes.
When you hear it, you know it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, that's really correct. Yeah. Another simple thing to do is, to learn a new skill or hobby. You made mention of that. And my question now is, how has learning a new skill really helped you, to improve or help your, mental health or your life in general? I was, it sometimes could be very challenging to pick up a new hobby or pick up a new skill. But can you tell us how that has really, helped you at the end of the day after, picking up the new hobby or picking up the new skill?
Well, what's interesting about that is I have a really interesting story that kind of spans about like 10 years of my life.
Oh.
So it started when I was 14.
Yeah.
I really got into songwriting. It was the first thing I ever started getting into writing-wise because I was experiencing a lot of low lows. Someone I really cared about had just passed away, and everything in my life felt like I was just like kind of a mindless zombie almost. And writing songs really grounded me, brought me kind of back down to earth a little bit because I can be really like head in the clouds if I want to be. But later down the line, when my mental health started spiraling in 2017, 2018, I kind of lost that will to like songwrite or write in general. And something I wrote about actually for a blog post on Capture Sunshine's blog, who is Sashki on Twitter. She asked me to write a piece for Quarantine about how that went, and I wrote about how I'm just going to sort of trigger warning. If you're not comfortable listening to alcohol abuse, then maybe skip a few minutes.
Okay.
I was struggling a lot with alcohol, and at some point in my life, I was just like waking up at 7 p.m. and drinking every day.
Cool.
And then I got my heart broken, and I was trying to like cope with that at the same time. And I wrote a song called 3 a.m. And it was like a stream of consciousness. I was like super fried at the time, and I was just playing a ukulele, and it kind of just came out of me. And I didn't like have to revise it. I didn't have to redo it. It just sort of happened. And it reminded me back to like that groundedness that I felt when I was 14. And it reminded me like, hey, you have passions, you love to create. Yeah. Don't throw that all away over people who don't see the power and the creativity and the art that you create.
Wow. Like,
don't waste your time on that. So from then on, I've just been focusing so hard on that because it's honestly what has, in a weird way, it kind of saved me from myself. So whatever that hobby is for people, because sometimes we put things away to the side because life just gets in the way. We have jobs, we have families, we have bills to pay, we have dogs to walk, but having something for yourself, like art, at least for me, is something that like, it allows me to have my own identity again.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, that's really good. And sorry if I may ask, how is your journey towards recovering from alcohol abuse? Has your new skills helped you to overcome this alcohol abuse, or are you still on the journey or on the path of recovery from this abuse?
Alcohol abuse is something I struggle with daily because it's all around us. I can go for a walk and see like a beer ad, or I'm like on YouTube, and before my video, there's a beer ad or like a whiskey ad, or I can just see a bottle hanging out because if someone I'm sharing a space with has it, or particularly on writing Twitter, like with the writing community on Twitter, like if they're not talking about coffee or tea, they're talking about booze. So navigating that is it's difficult. But one thing that has been really helpful for me is like tactile sensation. Particularly like having a fidget toy or a stuffed animal, or just writing in my notebook with my hands. It takes my focus away from that and into what I'm doing. And I don't know, that works for some people. It doesn't work for everyone though, so just gonna put that out there.
So do you also journal? Do you have a journal where you just take your pen and write into it and scribble some stuff into it?
I have like 10 journals where I scribble and write about my pain.
And does it help? Does it really help? I mean, when you journal?
Yeah, because I'm really bad at articulating what I'm thinking a lot of the time. It comes across very like abstract, I find. And sometimes people are confused by it, and sometimes I'm even confused by it. So when I write it down, it comes across a lot more coherently, at least to me and to other people who have like said, I can relate to this. I understand exactly what you're talking about. And I'm like, oh, really? I didn't think I articulated that well, but I guess I'm able to do so in a way when I'm writing that makes sense to people.
Yeah. Wow. That's really good. I mean, I like the fact that you take all of this pain, take all of these experiences, put them into words, make them so creative, and other people see this and feel your pain and feel connected with you in some ways, and you probably help them also in their journey of towards recovery, or towards getting out of the bondage or the pains that they are experiencing at the moment. That's really good. Yeah.
As long as what I do is reaching one person and helping them in some way, like overcome their own demons, then like I did my job. I've never really thought much about like the money or like getting like super famous. Like, I don't really give a crap about any of that. Like I want to help people. Wow. It's always what I've wanted to do.
Wow, that's good. And as long as you're doing that, you get happiness from it. You're giving out to the world, and surely you get paid back for it. That's how the world works, I guess.
The self-happiness from creating is definitely a bonus, like the cherry on top,
Yes. Wow, that's really nice. The last point you made mention of in this video was eating healthy, and you talked about eating your veggies and just making sure that you're avoiding all this junk food and all that stuff. Tell me, please, how do you resist the temptations to the temptation of eating junk foods or fast food? How do you do that? How do you manage not to eat all of those, and how do you manage to eat healthy, especially during this time when we spend a lot of our time at home?
Well, first of all, I want to highlight that like I literally just got back from eating a crap ton of pizza and ice cream. What I'm about to say is not like restrict yourself to an unhealthy degree, because obviously food is something that like a lot of people may have issues with, and I've had my own personal issues with that, but basically I used to eat out like every single day. Like I was constantly having chicken fried rice or noodles or burgers or McDonald's. Oh my god, I've spent so much money at McDonald's. Like honestly, like they should sponsor me. Anyway.
Yeah.
But being like kind of forced to stay home, I had to like eat at home again more, and doing so, it not only like opened my eyes up to like, hey, I actually like cooking my own food. It's something meditative and beautiful when you're just like making your own food and just like, I'm gonna add a little bit of this and I'm gonna add a little bit of that. But it's also like way healthier.
Yeah.
And like my parents and my family and all that, we're all like super health freaks. Like my sister's vegan. My dad has like studied everything and anything about like health and wellness, and you know, just like finally putting like the proper food into my body, I felt so much better. Like I was already doing okay-ish, but it took it to the next level. And it's true, like that statement, like you are what you eat. If you eat healthy, you are healthier.
Yeah.
But we can't like restrict ourselves to like just eating vegetables. Like that's not good for you. Sometimes it's okay to have the junk food here and there. Like I mentioned in that video, but like junk food here and there is not going to harm you. It's fun. It tastes good. It's like it's hard to avoid. Like I get it. But like as long as you're eating healthy, you're taking care of yourself, you're doing this like very basic physical activity. Not like, I personally don't think going to the gym and like going really hard on the weights is like the best way to go about it. I think like going for a few kilometer walks is like way healthier.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you mean we should, you know, eat in moderation? Like junk foods are not bad, but as long as you eat it in moderation, and also placing priority on eating good food and healthy food also is important.
Yeah, I kind of want to make a post about some tips that I've used for healthy food. Like particularly, like I'll give one out right now: frozen veggies.
Oh.
Because when you freeze the veggies, like all the nutrients and stuff like stays there. After a while, the nutrients kind of like deplete from the veggie by the time they get to the store. So having the frozen veggies, the nutrients will stay in them longer, and you'll have healthier food.
So we should, you mean buying frozen veggies are good, right? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, nice. And it makes cooking easier, right? You just buy them and you bring them home, defrost them, and you can cook them. Or eat them up.
Yeah. It makes cooking a little easier too, because it's like they're packaged in a way that it's like, oh yeah, you just gotta throw them in the hot water, add some noodles.
Yeah.
Like my current favorite dish to make is like noodles with turmeric, basil, red pepper, and some like I think they're called Normandy veggies, like which is broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and making that with like chow mein noodles. So good.
Wow. I should try that out someday. Wow, okay. It sounds so delicious already. Wow. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for these amazing tips. What are the importance of self-love and mental health to you? How much value do you place on self-love?
I place a lot of value into that because I didn't place a lot of value into that. I've always like promoted self-love from the very beginning, but I've never understood it and what it meant. I've had so many deep conversations with friends and family and my therapist about all of this. And what I've come to realize is like self-love is checking in with yourself, and it's taking care of yourself in the ways that you need to take care of yourself, like eating and brushing your teeth and going in the shower. And those things seem so simple, but when you're in such a low place, it is very difficult to like get any of that done.
So you mean when one's feeling so depressed or so down, you find it extremely difficult to step into the shower, for example, or pick up a toothbrush and brush your teeth, for example. It could be very challenging.
It's like all your energy is like completely depleted from your body, and it's like nothing feels like you can like you can brush your teeth or you can do this, but like you're not really doing it. You're just kind of going through the motions. It's partly like going through the motions and partly being mindful of what you're doing.
Wow.
I added mindfulness to like my daily tasks and made things a lot easier because I was paying attention and I wasn't just stuck in my own thoughts. If I'm not like focusing on what I'm doing, I'm focusing on my thoughts. There's like no in between.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's many different ways that people can, you know, take their mental health beyond the basics. Like, you know, there's this joke goes around all the time on social media, like self-care is not like putting on a face mask, but if that's what self-care is to you, then yeah, that's self-care. You know?
Yes.
Like, for me, self-care is filming videos and writing and going for walks.
Yeah.
Talking about inanimate objects and giving them names. Like, people have their own thing.
Do you also keep plants and give the plants names and stuff like that?
I have one plant.
Oh, okay.
It is a plant named Sam.
Oh, okay.
It was a plant that my dad got my mom the day I was born.
Wow.
Yeah. To this day, still around and still doing its thing. But yeah, I'm not really the biggest planter. I want to get into planting, but maybe at some point when like things slow down a little bit for me, maybe when I go back to school, because I'm doing that this year. So
great.
Yeah, maybe then.
Oh, that's great. What would you like to study in school? What do you do?
Well, I was initially in new media, and I realized that was not for me.
Oh.
Basically, new media was a Bachelor of Fine Art, so it was more about like installations and app building, when I rather focus more on like content creation. So I'm taking some new media / media production-esque courses next year to apply for media production, just because my GPA is not the greatest. I'm aware. I want to boost my chances to get in.
I wish you all the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
You're going to make it. You're going to do it. I believe that.
Thank you. That means a lot. I hope I get there.
Yeah, you won't let us down, right?
I will work hard, and I will eat my vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. Because we are counting on you, and we're counting on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, see, I found this wonderful poem of yours titled "Raspberries" on YouTube with the amazing video. And now I'm so curious. Would you just please read this poem to us first of all?
Okay, let me just get into my poetry voice.
Yes, that would be great.
My mother used to give me raspberries when I was a child. She tickled me with her mouth on my belly, and I laughed, begging her to show me mercy. Then her raspberries became nothing more than the tiny red fruit, a sweet taste that tickled my taste buds, but also a reminder of bittersweet memories that lingers from the dark years when we had nothing, no love, no trust, no life behind her eyes, and no care behind mine, nowhere. Nowadays, raspberries are a rare treat, but that's okay, because now I have my mother back, and that's all I need.
Wow, that's just amazing, really amazing. Wow.
I haven't said that in like almost like 2 years now. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it has a lot of message, a lot of stuff in it. Can you tell us what inspired you to write this poem? What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, when I mentioned like the raspberries tickling my tummy, like you know how parents have the raspberry where they put your mouth on you and they kind of blow, like I don't know how. Like, you know what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
An elephant almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what I was. That idea kind of like triggered the whole poem. And I wrote it about like my relationship with my mother back in high school, because I was having issues coming to terms with like my sexuality and my identity.
Okay.
And there was a few incidents that occurred that I'm not going to go into too much. You know, my family, they want to keep their lives off of the internet for the most part, and I'm going to try to respect that.
That's good.
Basically, like we were just having a lot of issues, fighting back and forth, and it was shortly after we like reconciled and had like a really deep and important conversation about like, you know, what I needed from her and what she needed from me and things like that. The point we had this conversation, I was like just about to turn 19 years old, and I had to like basically tell her, like, I don't trust you. And we've worked really hard since then to, like, you know, grow and have a good relationship. And now, like, I have the best relationship with her out of anyone in the house that I live with. So much to the point that she actually consented to me putting this on the internet.
Wow, that's nice. What was the inspiration behind the video?
So the video actually came from my new media course. I took a class called video art, and we watched different video artists. I forget the name of the video artist that I was trying to emulate here, but basically we watched this video of this woman, and she's like talking about the scars on her body and like where she got them from, and it was made in like the 70s. It was like really deep and artsy and all that. So I decided I was going to go into like a study hall room with like a whiteboard wall, and took a marker and just said the poem and wrote fin, which is the end in French, because my mother was the first bilingual person I ever met, so I wanted to kind of make that connection there. And honestly, this was just an assignment. I did not plan for this to be my face reveal, but I was like, I don't know what to make my face reveal. Like, what is going to like perfectly coincide with everything I've done and everything I'm working towards and all that? And I'm like, it's literally this video.
Wow.
So yeah, I just quickly did like a few edits and put it out.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very good idea. I mean, perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah, I want to do more poems and stuff, but I'm thinking more on IGTV. I purposely put my most recent poem on YouTube to just to reach the subscribers I do have, and just give them like something there for Pride, because I was supposed to upload 2 different videos and it just did not work out. So you know, right now I'm in like a very transformative time for the blog, because my website has not been working for a little while, so I've been trying to, you know, improvise and go with the flow, mainly by posting my content on my social media instead of a website.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For example, on Twitter, for example, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Twitter and Instagram mainly. And Carson Bohdi, follow me.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I mean, it's important. I mean, you have great content, especially on Twitter. I follow you on Twitter, and I enjoy your content on my newsfeed. It's very good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Another amazing poem I found was I Sing to Angels. I sing to angels. Yeah, I guess I sing to angels.
I sing to angels. Yes.
I sing to angels. Yeah. Could you please read that also to us?
Awesome. Yeah, sure. I sing to angels. Tomorrow, I sing to angels. I let them, finally, guide me in my moment of total surrender. The rebirth has come, and now is the time to spread my wings and fly.
Ooh, just fly away. Yeah. And what inspired you to write this? What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, I was watching a lot of tarot videos at the time.
Oh.
Getting back in touch with meditation and mindfulness. Because I'd gotten into that stuff back in high school, and mainly through like self-compassion practice and Kristen Neff. But like meditation for my own psyche, and like learning and expanding like spiritually in that regard.
Yeah.
If that's what inspired this poem. And they particularly mentioned in the video that I was watching, like spreading your wings and flying. And I just instantly wrote that down. I was like, all right, I guess that's what I'm posting this week to the blog.
Wow.
Yeah, I wrote it, didn't even edit it, just put it out. Yeah.
Nice. And you made mention of mindfulness now. How do you practice it? How do you observe mindfulness?
Mindfulness, kind of like anything in life, it's a skill, and it's going to take practice, and it's going to take time. When you first start meditating or doing anything mindfully, it's hard because the thoughts tend to come back, and you let it like stick there, rather than being like, no, pushing it to the side, like nicely, like thank you. It's not the time for that. I'm going to focus on this. And one thing that really helped in high school, I had this religion teacher who was honestly a godsend. Like she's amazing. she did this practice with us with a box of raisins, and she told us to sit there and like really feel the raisins in our hand, feel the weight, like feel the air from the air conditioner if you felt it, like how warm is it, what does it feel like to you, like really like sitting there and getting deep into that, and then like eating the raisins and how that experience is, how the tastes are, being aware of it. Like starting something tactile and then moving more towards meditation. Yeah. It was like a slow process for me to learn it. And now I meditate like almost every day before bed, and it's given me some interesting dreams.
So it takes you to like a place of rest or a place of settlement, kind of, or how does it help you?
One of the things that people tend to, I've heard a few times, is meditation is sleeping while awake. Because you're shutting off your thoughts in your mind, but you're still awake. You're still aware of the world around you. You're consciously like still here. Yeah. So it's like it is kind of like taking a nap, but you're not like fully asleep.
Yeah, you're not snoozing off, but you're trying to consciously switch off your mind from the different thoughts and troubles of life, for example.
Exactly. It's not like you're trying to avoid it by like escapism of, say, the media or having a drink. But it's just like sitting there with whatever you are feeling or whatever you're dealing with, and just focusing on your body, or focusing on the sounds, or focusing on just your own thought pattern, or doing a chakra cleansing or something like that. Yeah.
Wow, great. And it really helps you, as in with all the different phobias or different troubles that goes through one's mind. Could you tell us if it's helped you to improve in any way, or help you to have this self-awareness?
Self-awareness is still something I'm honestly working on, because one of my coping mechanisms for things in my past has been to just kind of dissociate and like ignore it, or like throw on a pair of headphones and pretend that the 3D world we're living in is like not happening right now. That's still something I have to work towards conquering for my own self. But meditation has definitely helped me there, because it gives me the chance to like shut off everything. It's like, you don't have to worry about the world. You don't have to be like so into like the blog or work or money or alcohol. None of that matters anymore. Right now, this is for you. This is the one time of your day that's solely for you. And having that is like the best self-care. I think that, at least for me, I can't speak to everybody, because not everyone likes meditation, and that's okay.
But it works for you.
For sure, it has definitely worked for me.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great. Yeah. One other thing I would love to ask is, sometimes when you feel down or when you're feeling, anxious, do you have words that you say to yourself, like words of affirmations that you say to yourself to help yourself out of, such feelings or such circumstances or situations? Yeah.
Yes, I do. A lot of the things I say in terms of affirmations are things that I've heard through Kristen Neff, or again through the tarot videos. Some of them, they do like affirmation cards or something, or like sometimes there's affirmations you see on your Twitter or your Instagram that you kind of just save. But the one that I mainly use, I got from Kristen Neff, and it's like, may I be kind, may I be safe, may I be healthy, and wording it like that, because I may not be safe, I may not be happy, but may I be.
Yeah. Wow.
Putting that intention is like manifesting that happiness, that peace, that good health.
Yes. Oh, that's good. I'm going to make note of that. As when I'm listening to this again, I'm going to like write that down and put it on my wall. May I be happy, may I have peace, and may I be healthy.
And please, like, add your own. Like, that's the beauty of that. It's like, may I be. You can add whatever you want to that. You can say, may I be the #1 podcaster. May I be the next Lil Wayne, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why Lil Wayne came to mind.
Do I look like Lil Wayne? Not really. Okay. Not a little bit. Also, no. No, I was just kidding. Do you self-reflect on life and circumstances generally, or you just block it out?
Every day, I'm in a constant state of self-reflection every day, and that's part of the reason I need to like meditate and like stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because there's always positives to all of this, but then there always reaches a point where it's too much. There's toxic positivity.
Yeah.
And I never want to reach that point where it's like, I'm so positive, everything's perfect. I'm perfect. I can do no wrong, because I've done that before.
Yeah.
It cost me. What did it cost me? It cost me a bunch of friends, a tooth, and about $1,000 in medical bills.
Ooh, well, that was a big fight, right?
A fight between me and the concrete, but yeah.
You fought the concrete, like giving punches and stuff.
This was back when I was like heavily drinking. I fell on the concrete and it was bad.
Oh.
Not go over well.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank God.
A lot of life lessons from that. A lot of life lessons.
So apart from meditating and going to the therapist, for example, how else do you self-reflect on things? Are there other methods you make use of, or it's just basically meditating and going for your therapy sessions and relating stories with your therapist? Do you have any other means or any other tips for us?
Well, I mean, if I'm full disclosure, I haven't really seen my therapist or talked to my therapist much since the quarantine started. And that's mainly because like I feel like, of course, I feel like kind of bad when everyone else is also like not able to work right now, and like they're dealing with other people's problems. I mean, that's my own hurdle I have to go over. But one thing I've been doing a lot is like bi-weekly check-ins with myself, where like I write down, all right, what is it that I'm doing that I'm proud of? What is it that I'm doing that I'm not proud of? Is there something I'm doing that's not good for me? And how do I change that? What do I want to put forward for the next 2 weeks to try to change something else? And recently I did that like a few days ago, and I was like, I need to wake up earlier in the morning even when I'm not working.
Yes.
On days where I'm off, I could sleep until like 12 if I wanted to. There goes half my day.
Yes. Yes.
So, just checking in and really being honest with myself and not like sugarcoating it with myself, but not in a way that's rude.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this conversation, and like you were so prepared. I feel bad because like I had you wait till like the very end of your day.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It was worth it. It was worth it. I really enjoyed myself to talking with you and asking you these questions, and you giving me very wonderful answers and life and practical lessons from everything. That's really good. And I'll be looking forward to seeing new content from you. I'm going to place a link to your blog in the show notes for this podcast, for this episode. And I hope everyone is going to check out your blog and see the wonderful work that you are doing. And also on your blog, your social contacts are also there: your Instagram, your Twitter, and hopefully everyone's going to check out your social media platforms and fall in love with your work as much as I have also right now.
Yeah, I hope so. And if any of you guys are coming from my Twitter or my Instagram seeing this, please check out this work. It's incredible. Sorry, I had the note up here for a second. The podcast that he's done about a teenage boy and moving out. It's all over at valtoybob.com.
Oh, that's great.
If you're watching this here, then you already know. But he also has like YouTube videos and other blog content, so go check them out, guys.
Wow, you really did. You did an assignment, right? You checked all my. You checked my.
I started doing stuff too.
Oh, that's great. So you also came prepared, actually.
Yeah. I just decided to throw that in there at the very end,
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Wow, I am really grateful for everything, and I'm so glad I was able to learn something from you today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I am eternally grateful for your time, your love, and contributions. You mean a lot to me. Thank you once again for listening and sharing with your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe and follow this journey on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms in the description. Stay blessed.